Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I think let's just get straight to it. We are now just under 10 weeks away until RageCon 2 actually begins. Strictly speaking, ladies and gentlemen, we are just under 68 days away. This possibly might be the very first time since I've been doing these videos throughout this year, ladies and gentlemen, that I've been a little bit late in making premature would be better in making this announcement. And speaking of premature, there are a couple of number of things I kind of have to notably notify you guys about what sort of there is left to do, because if some people, I think the people that know the ins and outs of everything that's happened this year may probably turn around saying that, well, what exactly more do you have to prove, or what more do you have to do at this point? Which I doubt they would probably say something like that, but you get the idea. Okay, right. Let me try. I'll try to explain it like this. Realistically, what else can I do for the less than 10 weeks to go? So what is it I can do? Realistically, ladies and gentlemen, I think I can make about 200 videos. 200 videos for the rest of the year. That's going to involve, I should say, 100 videos in November and 100 videos in December. Now, realistically, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's sort of what's left in the tank for me for this year. Because, well, the good news is that the way I do my EastEnders videos, which you can find in the description down below, is that I upload 5 videos of EastEnders a week, and because EastEnders only airs 4 times during the week, that means that eventually I think I'll sort of get all caught up by round about Christmas time, which I think that'll be a pretty interesting idea if we could get caught up by that date. It might happen, it might not happen, however. That just depends on sort of what it comes down to. Because I'm gonna go click off my account and actually switch to my my EastEnders account right now, just to see exactly where we are. The 15th of June edition, the second part, which it does mean that for we could be close. It could be a very close call to see whether or not we can get all caught up. So that's going to be quite interesting. And besides, I only started making, EastEnders vlogs again for the first time tonight, mostly because I had to take a break from that show. It was driving me mad. So that's one thing. The second thing, however, ladies and gentlemen, is where do I go in terms of how do I put certain of my other channels slightly ahead as well? Because there is some good, ladies and gentlemen, that my other channels are starting to gain some degree of traction as well. It's a very slow, methodical sort of progress, but I'm kind of glad that it's happened in this way, because I'm not entirely sure I couldn't have done this any other way. I also couldn't have, however, managed to work out that one of my videos on my Peace of Mind channel, 0 views counts as being second out of 10. That's just extraordinary to see that. I'll be honest. I'll be able to get whatever's coming my way doing that. Everything else, however, is being sort of gradually very, very. I'd say it's coming together, but rather I'm beginning to start new things again. Because if you're sort of new to this channel, I will literally throw my hat into any ring that I find / see. I will go so far out of my way to giving it the single. If I had one shot to do it, I'm going to give it the single best shot I can actually put out there. Because you know what? It sort of occurred to me a very long time ago, ladies and gentlemen. Probably the whole reason why I'm doing this entire RageCon 2 in the first. The only reason I'm even coming back to I'm even back on YouTube in the first place is because my first time round, I not only did I feel as if my time ended far too soon, but I knew fine well that I didn't quite give it my best shot. I knew there was a lot of problems I had, and there's a lot of ways I can improve, and that's sort of this is my second chance, ladies and gentlemen, and second chances are not necessarily ones that get passed around, all willy-nilly. You've got to... I suppose if I by looking through my channels as well, and if I even went through all my files of just about everything I've done throughout this year, if I talked in length and to depth about everything, and if I just consider all of this and everything it's a little bit overwhelming, ladies and gentlemen. How that's what the issue is. It's a very overwhelming sort of experience. That not only that I thought that the turnout would be as good as it was, but it's actually I couldn't even be. It's a miracle that, ladies and gentlemen, that's sort of what we've got up here. It's a miracle of chance. And there's no doubt, ladies and gentlemen, that, well, there's going to be plenty more to come after this. And there's going to be a lot of things coming in next year because, well, that's sort of like what I wanted to almost kind of end this video off on, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, is what's going to happen next year. And that is sadly something I absolutely could not even begin to sort of describe to you in words about what on earth's going to happen, because, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have the answers to this. I have plans for what might happen next year, but plans are only ever as good as whether or not they come into fruition. I think we all know that old adage. But I can promise to you now, ladies and gentlemen, is that no matter how this coming year, no matter how next year twists and turns, I'll come out on top, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be the one guy you want to see. I'm gonna push myself harder and further than I did this year. Next year is going to be bigger than, and again, maybe I feel like I'm almost in a sense of denial at this point, out of whether or not I actually do have what it takes, or whether or not everything I've said is just, I'm just trying to reassure myself, but giving myself false hope. But then of course there's this, ladies and gentlemen. If I thought I had to give myself false hope, then that would allude to the fact that all of my videos were absolute garbage. And to give myself some credit, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think my stuff's garbage. I do think my stuff needs improvement, and I do sort of want to go down a lot more of a professional direction with the skills I have. It's just sort of for what I have, and it's something to keep a happy audience and give them what they need, give them what they want and what they came for. Then I think that's presently that's the better thing. But also, look at it this way, ladies and gentlemen. Even if the launch day for RageCon 2, the 1st of January, even if that doesn't go to plan, even with my streaming as well, over time, it's going to get bigger. So, either it pops off on the day, or over the next coming weeks after it, I'll grow either way. No matter what happens, ladies and gentlemen, I'll come out the victor. That's a very reassuring thought, ladies and gentlemen. And, well, why even wait till November? I think I'm just going to get to work right now. So, watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. There's work to be done. There is always more work.